Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, June 10th. It is 6:28 right now. Market's going to open up in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. So if anybody's looking to take the breakout for today is going to be a sell. Looks like it's currently running already. Breakout's currently running right now. Volatility is a little low, so we'll see what happens here in a few. I'll come back and take a look at this once you have everything set up. Sorry for the late start, guys. For whatever reason, everything decided to update overnight. My laptop updated, my Mac updated, so I had to re-enter literally every login for everything. I came back to like a fresh computer on both laptop and Mac. So for the past pretty much 20 minutes, I've been updating everything with my login and stuff. So market is now open, guys. I'm going to go ahead and mark up opening price right here. I'm going to go over here and start marking up the liquidity. All right, go down to the 4 hour. Down to the 1 hour. A lot of these farther levels are, they're going to be somewhat irrelevant, which is fine. 30 minute, 10 minute, and 1 minute here. It looks like we finally marked up all of the liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity sitting below. All right, so price is pushing up. Looks like we got We got this upper liquidity that got broken. Let's take a look at the market profile. All right, so our value high is going to be up here at 42,855. We got this right here too at 42,840. So it looks like liquidity just got swept right there. Let me refresh this. I feel like the chart's kind of laggy right now. Okay, better. So let's see, we got a sweep that happened. Looks like right here. ATR is currently at, I don't know, 14. So we'll say like 20 or 15, 15 TP stop loss. I guess we could just keep it at 20. I don't think I'm going to go anything lower than 20. So we do have a sweep that just happened right here, guys. If anybody decided to take it, I mean, depending on where you wanted your sweep, there could have been a sweep right here at the liquidity, or it could have been a sweep at the value high up there. It doesn't really matter whichever direction you guys took it from. Either one would have hit. So sweeps right there on both ends hit. There's an MPSV2 here that also hit. I probably wouldn't have taken this sweep yet though, because it's kind of early in the session. So we had an MPSV2 that came up right here. We had a sell signal, retracement, confirmation. So this is an MPSV2 that came up right there, followed by a sweep, which is right here. So the next thing that you want to look for is a possible MPSV2. And then after that MPSV2, possibly another sweep. You guys can see the ATR right now is very low. It's currently at 16 ATR. So we don't really have a crazy amount of consistent volatility. You might have like maybe a few candles here that might be spiking up here and there, but for the most part, it's a little slow market today overall. All right, so we'll see. I mean, if price decides to, kind of range around this area, that's fine. But we did have the sweep just come up. We have a point of control, which is right here at, let's say, 802. Point of control is at 802. Value low is at 750. And next value low here is at 720. All right, so looking at this here so far, we're now looking for a MPS V2, guys. So it looks like we're in a consolidation range. If you guys can look closely, it looks like we're just kind of ranging between this area over here. Yeah, we got a little bit of a range here. Yeah, so looking at this right here, guys, we do have some sort of consolidation range happening right here. It's been pretty much ranging since earlier this morning, looks like. So price broke into this range earlier around like 3 o'clock, so around London session. Started to solidify a little more once we got right here on 4:30. So pretty much back and forth between this area right here. We'll keep following. We'll see what happens here. There's no MPSV2 up yet, so we'll We'll see what happens next. Let's see. Brock said now we take the low, right? Well, if we get an MPSV2 back down, then yeah, but there's no MPSV2 yet, Brock. So it goes from MPSV2 to sweep to MPSV2 to sweep. So I wouldn't really look for any sweeps. I mean, there could be a possible sweep here because we're currently in this range. There can be sweeps after sweeps. Like we can have a sweep here and we can have a sweep down here. But I would look for an MPSV2 first and then a sweep after that. So I'll go ahead and adjust that there. There is a new liquidity right there. Yeah, I'm looking for the buy signal. So we have a buy signal here that's pending. Once that buy signal closes, we can look for a possible MPSV2. I mean, if it's too tricky where the MPSV2 is at, then obviously I just skip that MPSV2 and look for the sweep to follow. The ATR is still pretty low, guys. 17 ATR right now. Yeah, Sam mentioned it too. 17 ATR. 18 it's starting to pick up a little bit though. Moving up to 18, getting closer to 20. There's no MPSV2 here yet, but we'll continue looking for it if it does come up. Another possible sweep right here off that liquidity. So like I said earlier, there can be sweeps after sweeps. It's not impossible for there to be, follow-up sweeps, but I'm looking for my pattern here. I'm looking for it to go from MPSV2 to sweep. So I'm just going to market the sweep if anybody is in it or looking at it or looking to take it. Not in this here. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work or it has to work. It's just, a possible opportunity for sweep. This doesn't have to be the area for sweep. So if this sweep here fails, the next level for sweep is going to be down here. There's a couple different strategies that you guys can use for these sweeps. There you go, full TP on that sweep right there. Like there's a couple different risk management strategies that you guys can use for these sweeps. I would say if you guys want to continue to just follow on the sweeps, for the first level of sweep, I would probably do like a 1-to-1. And then for the next level of sweep, if you want to get back into that, do a 1-to-2. And if you lose that one, you go for like the lower sweeps, you can do like a 1-to-3. So you just want to keep that in mind. If you want to focus on the sweeps, you can do a 1-to-1 because these are likely to hit. If that fails, then you can do a 1-to-2 so you make it back and then you make profit on top of that. And then you can do a 1-to-3 if that fails too. So you can basically, you have three opportunities to recoup your losses on that. That's something you guys can do if that's something that you plan on doing. I don't recommend it. It's kind of like a martingale type system, but most of the time, these sweeps are going to hit on either the first level, second level, or the third level. You just half your risk into three portions, kind of like what I'm doing. Yeah, because if I was to take three trades like right now, if you guys didn't come on the live session yesterday, I mentioned that I half my risk into three portions. So I'm able to take three back-to-back losses to equal only one loss. Um, that's why my profits yesterday were a little smaller than usual, if you guys remembered. So my profits yesterday, I locked in. I'll just show you here. Yeah, so yesterday I locked in 8,000 because I've half my risk into three portions. Typically, if I was to, I would have made 48,000 if I took full contract size on that. So yeah, my risk is a lot lower, but then I'm able to take more trades, of course. So in this type of market, that's probably the best thing that we can do because we are in a summer market. I'd rather lower my risk and have more opportunities to get into the market than, just be one and done because a lot of times I end up getting caught with the short end of the straw. You guys have seen that happen a lot. Like my first trade will lose, my next trade would win, end up at break even. If I half that into three, I would still be in profit. So looking at this right here, guys, we have an MPSV2 starting to set up right here. We have a buy signal, retracement if this pushes back up. So if we get this to push up from here and close around this area, possible MPSV2 for a buy. ATR is currently at 18, so you might want to go for a 2020 on that. Yeah, ATR is now at 19, so we're getting some back and forth here, and the ATR is picking up higher. So it looks like that buy MPSV2 is not coming up. We have a pending sell signal here. If that's the case, price may come back down lower. I don't believe there's any news for today. Just low impact stuff, inflation rate. Let's go to financial juice real quick. Yeah, no breaking news here. Check CNBC real quick. Yeah, so over here on CNBC, it says stocks are little change as investors await details on the US-China trade talks progress. Yeah, so I'm assuming Trump is going to announce something today. He always does, right? Can't stay quiet forever. There's just a lot of stuff going on around the world. If you guys have seen the ICE protests that are going on here in LA, I'm here in California, so this has been going on. Trump's basically arguing with Gavin Newsom, our governor, about the National Guard. It's it's a mess. So there's a lot of different things that Trump's kind of having to handle right now. So I don't know if the China trade talk stuff will come up. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if it'll come up like it should. Because typically he announces stuff right away. He hasn't announced anything yet. All right, we have a possible MPS V2 setting up right here, guys. We have a sell signal, retracement, confirmation right here, possibly. If this red candle closes below this area right here, basically this liquidity line, this will be an MPS V2 for a sell. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. Um, personally, I think I might hold off on this one right here. I just don't like how these candles are moving. Very choppy, very blocky. Also, this candle here is a little too big. ATR is up to 21 now, so we're getting some higher volatility here. Again, this candle has to close below this blue line right here, this liquidity line. If it does, this is an MPSV2 for a sell. So entries right there, guys. If you guys want to take it, I'll follow it for you guys. I'll probably look for the sweep to follow. I don't know about taking this MPSV2. Candles are a little blocky, so there we go. It's pushing down lower. All right, so we got the MPSV2 pushing down lower. Yeah, so Brock over here actually held that sweep from up here. He wrote it all the way back down here to the low area. Nice work, Brock. All right, full TP on that MPSV2 right there if anybody caught it, or almost. A little bit of a tricky entry right there, but an entry nonetheless. Clean this up right here. The next sweep area is going to be down here. So I'm expecting it to drop a little lower. Yeah, depending on where you guys want to get in from the sweep, there's a lot of different levels right here for sweep. Nice. CJ caught her for 15 points. Nice work, CJ. Brock's a tricky, nice, bro. It's nice market today. Got the memo. Yeah, exactly. So this MPSV2 is about to hit. We have a possible sweep right here at 42,748. It could sweep right here as well, but 42,748 is probably where I'm looking for. Or So got my limit order kind of hanging out right there. The submit. Sweep might have happened earlier. So the sweep might have happened at this upper level. Yeah, it looks like that was the case. So it looks like I missed a sweep right there. I'm gonna have to cancel my sweep now. It's all good. So like I said before, guys, there's gonna be like three levels of sweep. If you guys want to get in on the first one, there's a first level right there.
Order canceled.
The second level of sweep was right here. This is the one that I was trying to get in because it was closer to the value low. It's all good. Yeah, that trade happened just way too quickly. Yeah, it's all good. I missed a sweep on that one. I wouldn't have got in on that one anyways, so it wouldn't have made a difference. I would have waited for this lower end over here to get swept. So not too bad market today so far with regard to our entries. You know, everything here is kind of hitting. We had an MPSV2 right here, sweep, MPSV2. Uh, Actually, we had two sweeps. So we had MPSV2, sweep, sweep, MPSV2, and then a sweep right after. It happened way too fast right there. Um, nice. Nick actually got it. So Nick got it for 20 points. Yeah, Christian said tricky MPS. Yeah, it was a little too fast. So I'll just wait for it to come back down. I'm looking for an MPS V2 back up. And then with that MPS V2 to the upside, I'm gonna look for it to come back down and then possibly sweep this lower area right here. We'll have to keep an eye out for updates for the point of control. We don't have any confluences around here. I don't see any. I don't even know where the sessions are at. Okay, so the sessions are pretty spread out right now. The sessions are like way out here. So there's no sessions near current price. Next thing coming up is a possible MPS V2 back up. See if there's any adjustments here. Not really. 840 is okay. Yeah, nothing here has changed. The market profile is pretty much the same. Point of control is still here down the middle, value high. If I'm going to look for a sweep up here, it's going to be at this level. If I'm looking for a sweep down below, it's going to be down here at this level. All right, so solid entry so far. We'll keep looking for possible opportunities here. There's a possible MPS V2, or not yet. We need to have a confirmation of the red candle first. All right, just gotta wait for this to basically reset. There's no retracement yet. All right, no entry there yet. We're looking for that red candle first to confirm the retracement. Let's see what we got here. So we're starting to get the retracement right here. We got the red candle. If this red candle closes, we'll look for another green candle push back up for possible MPSV2 to the upside. And then if price pushes up, target area for this is going to be up here for sweep. I mean, there could be a sweep right here too, but and we have a pending sell signal here, so it does not look like we're going to get that MPSV2 for a buy, unfortunately. So it looks like it might be shifting back down lower, which is fine because if this MPSV2 comes up, we may have possible sweep down here. So this makes more sense to me. So we had a pending sell signal right here. We can look for a possible MPSV2 to the downside. I would be careful with this MPSV2, guys, if you guys are looking to take this because there's a bunch of sweep areas right here. Like price might sweep right here from the like where I marked up earlier. But price could also sweep from these lower areas. So there's a lot of different possible areas for price to sweep from. It can sweep, ideally, this is where I would have wanted to sweep from, but if we have an MPSV2 that pulls down to this area, I might get a sweep from lower because I don't want to fade my own trade, right? Like, it's dumb. Like, why would I do that? But I mean, it might be okay. It just depends on like where we get that MPSV2. Again, the sell signal hasn't closed yet. It's pending right here. Price might continue to range within this area. Getting a little bit of a choppy range here. This might be the MPSV2 for a buy, actually. I don't like the candles though. This has a pending momentum on it, so I wouldn't take it. If you want to take it, guys, again, I'll follow it. This is tricky. I don't think this would be an MPSV2. We'd have to close above this area right here. Yeah, it'd have to close above this area. This candle closed, but it opened down here, so it technically closed right here. It would need to close a bit higher, so I'd look for another green candle to close above this, basically this range. Otherwise, if you want to take this as an MPSV2 from here, I mean, you guys can. It's a tricky market. It's super tricky with how this is looking. So yeah, if you want to take a late entry, I'd probably wait for another green candle to close above this range here. I'm gonna step away for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab something. All right, guys, I am back. Looks like the MPS V2 already hit. Yeah, looks like it hit right there. Not bad. So MPS V2 right there played through. Looks like it hit in a few minutes, 3 minutes or so. It's a tricky entry though. So anyways, that's fine. That has hit right there. We're now looking for the sweep. The sweep is going to be. I mean, the sweep might have just happened right here at the point of control. So there's three different areas for the sweep to possibly happen. It could happen right here at the point of control. It doesn't really, there's no specific area. Like I said, it doesn't have to happen at liquidity. Ideally, we want it to happen at liquidity though. So I'm just going to look out for the sweep because if the sweep happens, then we're going to look for an MPS V2 to follow. There can be a possible sweep right here at the point of control. There could be a possible sweep right here at the liquidity, or there could be another sweep up here. Ideally, I'd want to see the sweep happen up here, of course, right? That's like I mean, it looks like the sweep might have happened right here at the point of control already. So if this is the case and the sweep happens right here, it looks like it's about to happen. If this is a sweep that I'm going to look for an MPSV2. Okay, so the sweep looks like it happened right there already. It's a choppy market. It's super choppy today. These entries are happening too quickly. There's usually a gap between the entries, right? There's usually like an MPSV2, price pushes to the next level, then it sweeps. For this right here, the sweeps are happening right away. So, for example, we had the MPSV2 right here, and then we had the sweep, which happened up here. Then we had an MPSV2 right here, or sorry, we had a sweep. So MPSV2 sweep, sweep, MPSV2 sweep, MPSV2 sweep. Like these are happening immediately right after each other. So just be careful if you guys are looking for entries. Now that we've had the sweep already happen right here, I'll be looking for another MPSV2. You just got to adapt with the market, guys. Like I'm looking for my pattern. My pattern is MPSV2 into the sweep. So all I'm looking for here is I'm looking for MPSV2 sweep, MPSV2 sweep. That's my main focus. We just had a sweep here, so now I'm looking for an MPSV2, right? I'm not looking for overlaps. So it's all good. I mean, ideally, I would have wanted have to see like I would have wanted price to push up here and then have a nice sweep from right there, but that just wasn't the case. So price pretty much MPSV2 directly to the sweep and then it swept right after. Now I'm looking for an MPSV2 here for a sell. So I'm looking for a sell signal here. Looking for an MPSV2 to push down and then possible sweep from here. Yeah, so MPSV2 to the downside over here and then a possible sweep from there. But I mean, who knows? We'll see. It's a messy market today, very choppy. There's entries coming up. It just depends on like your risk appetite. If you want to take something risky, then there's a lot of risky trades here to take. It's just I don't see anything here that's super, super clean. Even with this MPSV2, right? For this MPSV2 right here, technically you could have gotten in right here because this was technically the first break. But if you would have waited, it still would have came through right here. So I mean, depending on where you wanted to take it, you could have taken it right here. No matter what, it still would have hit. But if you waited for the confirmation here, then the MPS V2 still would have played through. Yeah, exactly. Drew said trap it on both sides. CJ said I stayed out of that MPS V2 because it was a pending sell signal on the 10-minute. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you can see here it's super choppy, guys. It's pretty obvious. It's been in this range for a while. It fakes out and then it comes back up into the range. If you look over here on the 30-minute market profile, you can see that price has been within this range pretty much all day since London session. So London session was right here. Price has been in this range since midnight, basically. So it's been 7 hours since, or more than 7 hours actually. This is from yesterday. So basically 10 p.m. Since 10 p.m., price has been ranging within this area, which there's no problem with that, right? If price is ranging like this is fine because the sweeps are going to be very lucrative. in a situation like that. So we got price pushing up higher right now. It's pushing back up into the upper range. I'm just going to extend this range up till 8 o'clock because I think that's kind of where it's going to last until, of course. And that's my cutoff time for trading, 8 o'clock anyways. So we got price pushing up right now. Like I said earlier, guys, there can be an overlap in sweeps. So there could still be possibility for a sweep up here. Ideally, I would want to see an MPS V2 in between though. So my main focus right now is looking out for that MPS V2. I'm not really looking to overlap sweeps. If you want to overlap the sweep, I mean, feel free. This is still my sweep area from up here. But I would like to see an MPS V2 happen in between. Even if the MPS V2 loses, that's completely fine. I'll let the MPS V2 lose. We'll just let that one burn. And then I still want to see price push up and sweep from up here. So, it just doesn't really matter if it wins or it loses. I just want the pattern to continue. MPS V2 sweep, MPS V2 sweep, etc. Let's see. Talanji said spread messed me up in both MPS and still in the buy. Oh, good thing you probably got out then by now, right, Talanji? Should have. Yeah, Talanji said so annoying when it taps the TP and it only closes portion of your contracts. Yeah, I mean it happens sometimes because the thing is the market here is so choppy, so it just reverses on it super quickly. I'm assuming your TP was like slightly, I know it was right there, so you can see over here, it like barely touched the 20, and then it came right back down, and then it came right back up. So yeah, no, I agree. It is super annoying. Like if it closes out half your contracts, like if you go in for like a 10 contract and it closes out like two or five, and then you're still stuck with the rest of the five, you're like, what the heck, right? But you can see here that it literally turned on the dime right there. It came up to the 20 and then it flipped. So I'm looking for this MPS V2, guys. Still don't have it yet. The ATR is currently at 19, so it looks like we're going to stick with a 20 target for the rest of the day for the most part. Let me see if the market profile has adjusted at all. So market profile is at 825, 840. Those are still the same. There's another one right here, I guess. Let's mark it right here. It's value high. And then 750 and 720. I think those are the same. Those haven't changed. Yeah, no changes there. All right, we're getting a possible MPS V2 to the downside right here. We have a pending sell signal. Pending sell signal right there. Yeah, Christian said I'm more inclined into taking an MPS V2 to the downside. Yeah, same here, Christian. I'm looking for that MPS V2 to come down so we can get the sweep from down here, right? So I'm looking for a possible sweep right here. Let me go and adjust this now. We have new levels here for sweep. It's a choppy market. We have a lot of levels here. There could be another sweep right here, possibly. There's actually a lot of sweeps here that just played through, guys. So there's another sweep that happened right here. Um, so it looks like there was another sweep that happened right here. There was a high right there. Price grabbed the liquidity, and then it came straight down. So we're having a lot of sweeps happening. I mean, this is obvious. There's a lot of sweeps because we're in a choppy market right now. There's possibly another sweep right here. Yeah, it looks like another sweep. So there's a lot of sweeps just following up on each other because we had a low right here. So we had a high low right there. Price came down. It swept that area right there. It basically came in and swept that area. So we're having a lot of sweeps here that are just they're I mean they're just happening right after each other. We had the sweep that happened and again right here. So this here has not been tested yet. This here was tested right here. So you can see how price kind of pushed up and it swept that area. So I'll clean this up now because price has already pushed past that area. We have another sweep right here. Price pretty much swept this level right here and it pushed right back up. There's no MPS V2s in between, but you guys can see there's a lot of sweeps that are happening all throughout the chart. Yeah, there's about, let's see. So we had the MPS V2 that happened right here, and there's like three sweeps that happened right after it. So we had MPS V2 right here, sweep right there, and then another sweep right here. But no MPS V2. I'm looking for the MPS V2. Ideally, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. It's going to be a little tricky now when price gets down to this area because there's going to be a lot of areas of sweep. There's going to be a possible sweep here, possible sweep down here. And then, of course, my actual sweep that I'm looking for, which is right here, closer to the value low. I'm trying to get swept from down here because we have that confluence right there with the value low. The analysis for that is basically right here. I'm looking for price to come down and then reject off this price point right here. And the next level is going to be down here. So I'm looking for price to come down and sweep or come down here and sweep. Looks like another sweep right here off the point of control. It's just a sweep frenzy right now. There's just so many sweeps that are happening. It's just every time price gets near structure, it just sweeps. So I don't know if this sweep here will play through. We're just going to follow it and kind of see if it pushes down lower. If it doesn't, it's fine. I'll just take it off. I'm just looking at this to identify areas of entry. It wouldn't really matter because I'm looking for the MPS V2. It's just, like we talked about earlier. Well, today is Trap Tuesday. I just remember that. Today is Tuesday. So it is Trap Tuesday. And it looks like people can get trapped on either ends, right? There's sweeps happening for both sides. Sweeps from the top, sweeps from the bottom. I mean, it's a typical Trap Tuesday. It looks like this sweep's about to hit right here. Price pretty much came up, rejected off the point of control. Right here. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. This isn't an entry we would have looked to take anyways. This isn't your ideal sweep. It's just a middle sweep. Because the point of control is in between the range right now. Let's see. Brock said, I think buy, because if you look up there, that liquidity is selling type. But I wanted to hit sells too if you're taking it. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for that MPS V2, guys. I'm not really looking to take any sweeps until we have an MPS V2 because the thing is, we're just in a bunch of chop right now. Market's choppy on both ends. I mean, we already identified this chop from earlier this morning. I marked up this range from like 430, so I knew market was going to be a little choppy. Um, yeah, I need to have some sort of confirmation first before I start looking for opportunities for entry. I wonder if there's a way I could change the color. Okay, so I think what I might do here is I might hmm. No, I'm gonna leave it as is. I was gonna change the colorways for a full TP right there on that sweep, guys. So this sweep over here at the point of control, full TP. I was going to change the colorways for the sweeps, but I think that might just be too much work for me to or I guess I could. I'll just color it blue. So we know which ones are sweeps and which ones are MPS V2. If you guys want this, if you guys don't want me to change the color and just leave it as is, I can leave it as is. It's just to kind of distinguish MPS V2s from sweeps. Oh, nice. Solange uses orange and blue. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll just use blue for sweeps here, and then if this is too confusing for you guys, I'll change it back to just green. But yeah, just so we have an idea. There's a lot of sweeps here, so that you can kind of have an idea of like what to look for next. Okay, so MPSV2 sweep, sweep, MPSV2 sweep, MPSV2 sweep, 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 sweep. Thanks, Brilliant. Yeah, I was thinking about saving it as a template too. I might do that. I got too many here. I'm just gonna color it. Yeah, because I got too many templates here for the actual TPs. I should take a lot of this stuff off, honestly. I don't use a lot of. I'll just leave it as is. Yeah, if it takes too long for me to color it, I'll just change the. I'll set up a template. I just have too many templates up already. I think it's faster for me to just change the color right away. Yeah, CJ said I'm cool with blue being for sweeps since we mark up liquidity in blue. Yeah, I figured I just want something different to stand out. I'll keep the stops at red so we have an idea. Yeah, thanks guys for the input on everything here. And there's a lot of entries that came up today so far. Yeah, Barack said all this time we don't have a bearish momentum signal. I know it's been, so let's see, the last momentum signal was right here, this green. So this happened about almost 30 minutes ago. So 30 minutes and no sell momentum yet. This is a classic choppy market. So we still got no MPS V2 here. I mean, I'm still looking for that MPS V2 to come up. I think ideally that's going to be, best case scenario for us there. Because here's the thing with the analysis. Like we want an MPS V2 to come up because we want price to actually push out of this range, right? Price has been ranging within this area for a while. Looks like another sweep right here off the opening price. So you see the blue line right there? Basically, I'm looking for sweeps to happen. It doesn't have to happen at liquidity, but yeah, possibly another sweep right there. And the ATR is low. Yeah. Thanks, Prillium. It's down to 15 right now, guys. ATR is currently at 15 ATR. So this is considered a slow market. I mean, if you guys want to take these sweeps, feel free, guys. If they're risky sweeps, so they're not sweeps that I would personally, be okay with taking. But if you guys want to take it, it's your account, right? You do whatever you want with it. Just don't get FOMO. If you're only taking these sweeps because you're getting FOMO, then don't take it. Because at that point, you're emotional trading, right? So I'm still looking for that MPSV2 to come up. So I'm waiting for a momentum signal here to appear so I can start looking for opportunities for the next move. The reason why I'm marking up each sweep is because if you have an MPSV2 that follows a sweep, ideally it's going to be a pretty good entry. So like for example, let me show you this one right here. So see how we had an MPSV2 right here on open? Look at this sweep that happened. I think there's a sweep that happened right here. Yeah, so there's a sweep that happened right here off this level. See how there's a higher high right here? Price swept from this level right here, right? So if you guys can line these up perfectly, so meaning there is a sweep and then it's followed by an MPSV2, the odds of it hitting are very likely, right? Sweep into MPSV2, full TP. MPSV2 into sweep, full TP. You want to see that type of pattern. You want to see a smooth movement. Like you want to have us start with a possible sweep here and then straight into that MPSV2. And then same with this right here. You want to see like an MPSV2 straight into the sweep. I mean, technically the sweep would have happened right here too at the opening price. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So like for example here, see how we had a lower sweep? I would have looked for I would have looked for the sweep and then an MPSV2 to happen right here. Right? So I'm looking for the sweep MPSV2 and then sweep back down. Let's see. Talanji said, yeah, let me see what that is. I think that first MPSV2 is one candle too early. No, let me see. Actually, no, you're right. Yeah. So this one over here did. So looking at this here, and again, it doesn't matter if it hits or it doesn't. We're just using this to follow the pattern. It looks like a sweep might have happened right here. So it looks like sweep, failed MPS, and then into another sweep. I don't know if there was a level right here. Yeah, there actually was a level right here. So looking at this down here, the sweep happened right here at this lower level. So like I was saying, but this happened right on open. So I obviously wouldn't have taken this one right here. I think did you take this one to Lanchi? Because it happened this happened pre-market actually. This sweep happened at 629. But it's just good to see this here because you can see sweep MPSV2 into this lower sweep. I would mark it up, but it's just too messy right here. It looks like this, or I don't know. So the opening candle right here is a little tricky. I'm not sure if it spiked up first or if it came down first. I think it might have came down initially, Solange, because it would have happened on this candle right here at 628, and then the pre-market candle right here at 629 is the entry. Let's go to down to the like the 10 second. It was at like six. Yeah, so looking at it over here, Solange, it actually hit TP. Is that the right one? No, no, sorry, my bad. Let me go over here. Yeah, so it actually did hit TP right here, Solange. So right here at 629, the candle closed, and then it hit TP before it went straight back up. Because this is where the entry would have happened, 629 candle close. So if you got in at 629, it would have hit TP, and then it would have came up and then it swept. Or it would have swept right here, actually. So it would have swept right here at this liquidity, and it would have came right back up. So this is basically it's like a double up. So yeah, going back to that right there, the entry for the MPSV2 came up right here. So sell signal, well, sweep into the sell signal. This would have hit TP right there, and then it would have swept at this level and came right back up. And then another sweep, and then another sweep. There's a lot of sweeps that are happening here. You can see kind of where the levels are sweeping from. Swept from liquidity. It swept from the value high. Swept right here from the opening price. There's like a ton of sweeps here that I can mark up, but I'm not going to mark them up because there's just too many that have appeared. We finally got a buy signal right here. We finally got a buy signal here. Okay, so we got the sell signal and then we got the buy signal. So looking at this right here, we have possible opportunity for MPSV2 if it pushes back up. The problem with this here is that, like I said, there's another sweep that just happened right here. It's like pretty much sweeping on both ends. Take that off. There's no NPSV2 here yet, but there is a sweep that just happened right here. As you guys can see, it swept right there at the opening price. Or it could have swept right here at the at the value high. It's messy. Let's see. John's asking, do you think the market will be choppy during CPI tomorrow? Not during the news event. So like during the news event, it'll spike, and then maybe on open, it'll either it'll either continue or it will fill, whatever movement happened during the news. So I mean, there could be a later chop, like when the market opens up, but CPI news comes up at 5:30. So it's an hour before market open. So I mean, there could be possible chop after, but CPI news should be directional. Should be a directional spike. So directional spike for CPI, and then after that, possible directional move or retracement of the spike. There's still no entry here for MPSV2, guys. I mean, there's a ton of sweeps though, if you guys are looking for those sweeps. And we have another level of liquidity down here. This market is all over the place, guys. It's yeah, it's a mess. If you want to get into these sweeps late, I mean, technically you could get in for like a small move. If you want to go in for like a quick 10 points after the sweep, like if you don't want to get in directly on the sweep, but you want to like confirm that it actually swept from that area, you can probably grab quick 10 points. Like for example, see how this swept from this value high up here? If you don't want to get directly at the value high, you can get in from right here and catch this for a quick 10 points. Or same with this right here. See how this right here rejected off the opening price for the sweep? You could have, instead of getting in right there, you could have waited for this candle to close and then get in for a quick 10 points right there. Just a thought, because that's what I used to do before when I would take these sweeps. But let's see if this here comes back down. Okay, so this here could be a possibly nice NPSV2 for a sell. So we have a sweep right here, right? Like this is what I just talked about earlier from this morning. So what I would look for here is I would look for the sweep and I'd look for the NPSV2 right after. And I'll take my entry, right there, of course. CJ said, I think I'm going to call it a day. Don't want to lose any profits. Yeah, probably good idea, CJ. I'm gonna keep looking, so I'll see if there's any opportunities that may come up. This is possibly an MPSV2 for a buy right here, guys. So we have a buy signal right here, retracement, confirmation on this candle. This is going to be an MPSV2 for a buy. It's a little tricky again. You can see here that this candle closed below it. It had to close above this blue line right here. So this could be a possible MPSV2 if anybody is looking to take it. Not in that position right there, but like I said, I think you'd have to wait for another confirmation because the candle here technically closed above it. But this is the same thing that happened with this one over here, right? You wanted to wait for that sort of confirmation where it actually closed above it and opened above it. This is a tricky market. If you look over here, so this candle closed, but it opened down here. And then this candle closed down here, but it opened up here. So these are really blocky candles. So this is what how the candles are supposed to look. See how this candle closed down here and then it opened right next to it? They're supposed to open right next to each other. But looking at this here, this closed right here, but it opened down here. And then again, it closed right here, but it opened up here. There's a lot of slippage in between the candles. These candles are supposed to open right next to each other, like this over here. This closed right here and it opened right next to it, right? This candle closed up here and it opened right next to it. It's not supposed to open down here or up here. These candles over here, there's a lot of slippage you can see because this candle closed up here and it opened right here. Then this one closed right here and it opened down here. And then same with this one, it closed down here, but it opened up here. So when you see stuff like that, you want to be careful in this type of market because you're going to get a lot of slippage and you're going to get caught with the spread. Because the thing is, the spread right now is currently 2 points. So even if you're going to get into this position, you get slippage plus spread, you're kind of screwed. You know, Talanji's been kind of experiencing that today with his entries, specifically for the market entries. So if you guys are taking market orders, I would be careful because you're going to get hit with some slippage. I could almost guarantee it. You're not going to get perfect entry. Um, for the sweeps, on the other hand, since you're putting a limit order, you'll get in where you need to get in. The only problem is the market orders because there's so much slippage in between these candles here. So, I mean, this could be another sweep right there off the point of control. Who knows? Who knows? But we will see. All right, so looking at this right here, guys, possible sweep from this area over here. Are you getting caught in the slippage again or the spread, Talanji? Yeah, so this entry here was tricky for the MPSV2 guys. It's the same thing that happened with this entry over here. So like earlier, we had MPSV2 that came up. We had a buy signal, retracement, and the confirmation right here. See how the confirmation closed above, but this it technically opened below it. This is where it becomes a mess because you want this to like for sure be above this area, right? It's the same thing that happened with this one over here. This pushed up and it closed right there, but the candle was too big. And then on top of that, this over here didn't close above this area. So it's all good. We'll keep following here. I mean, at this point, I'll be looking for a possible. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get into any positions here. We have, because the thing is, my sweeps are still going to be, I mean, this sweep area is pretty much done with, so take that off. Yeah, I'm looking for ideal sweep areas for me. I guess the sweep could happen around this area up here. Or if it comes down, I mean, the sweep could happen. I'm looking for confluences for the sweeps. I'm not just looking for any sweep levels. I mean, there could be a possible sweep right here, but I think this is too close to like where we're at. Like ideally, I want to see a sweep down here. Like to see a clean sweep, I would see it down here because that's where the value low is at. I don't like sweeping around the middle area right here. This is the opening price, so this could be a possible sweep right there. And then same with this up here. I mean, there could be a possible sweep right here because there's a value high, but ideally, I would want my sweep to happen up here. It's just too and then for these MPSV2s, there's just red flags everywhere, right? Like for example, if we get an MPSV2 right here, like what Christian said, the TP is going to cut through the opening price. So if we get an MPSV2 somewhere right here, it's going to have to cut through opening price, which is a red flag. In general, it's just a tricky market today, guys. I mean, the ATR is currently at 14. The ATR hasn't been great all day. I'm surprised it was this slow earlier this morning. But you guys can see how messy the market is. There's too many entries that are happening right after each other. These entries are supposed to be spread out, right? They're supposed to be spaced out, at least a couple minutes between each entry. But these entries are, they're a mess. They are a mess, and I haven't taken anything myself because I don't want to get caught in this mess. No sell signal yet. We got price pushing back up. Pushing back up, but no. So here's the thing that I was talking about earlier with that MPSV2, guys. If this here pushes back up and closes above this area right here, this could be the actual MPSV2. Like I said over here, this was like a messed up entry because this here ended up closing over here, but it ended up opening right here. So technically the candle didn't really close above the momentum. The momentum's right here. So this could be the actual MPSV2 that may be coming up. I'm not going to take this one here because obviously it's a mess. I'm gonna look for the possible sweep from up here. So I'll look for a price to sweep from this area right there. I'll follow it here as an MPSV2, but I'm not going to take it and see how it closes. All right, so this here would technically be the actual MPSV2, guys. So this actually lines up perfect with my sweep up here. So I'll try to get in for a sweep up here at, or I mean, the sweep might not even fail because the sweep looks like it might be coming up right here already. Either way, I'll follow it. So the sweep here is going to be at 42, 843. I'll keep it ready just in case. 843. Yeah, I'll just watch it. I'm not in this position right here, but I'm looking for the possible sweep. The only problem is the sweep looks like it happened right here earlier. Like I said before, guys, there's going to be multiple areas of sweep. So this would be the first level of sweep right there. The next level is, or so this would be two levels of sweep. There's one level here, second level right here. The third level of sweep would be up here, which is what I'm looking to take. So I'll watch it. I'm not really looking to get in just yet. Um, I got my pending order kind of just hanging out. If it pushes up any higher, then I'll just put my pending order there for now. All right, so you guys can see my pending order waiting right here at 42,843. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this MPSV2 to push up, hit its TP, and then sweep from here and come back down. The main tricky part is going to be this area of sweep right here. Because if it ends up sweeping right here and this ends up not hitting, then I'm just going to cancel my order. So I'm just gonna wait for the next MPSV2 to, confirm direction. The thing is, it's stuck in this range here. See how I drew up this range from this morning? So this range has been kind of pushing since London session earlier. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to push out of the range and fake out and then pull back down from here. We'll see if we can get that. So we got the MPSV2 still running right now for a buy. Bring that up a little bit. We got the MPSV2 right there, still pushing up. If it sweeps from this right here, guys, if it sweeps from the value high, I'm just going to cancel my order. Hasn't swept from this area yet. So there's still opportunity. Again, I've half my risk into 3, so I'm not taking as much risk as usual. So this is like a third of my risk per trade. Target's gonna be at 823. Okay. Make sure because I gotta adjust my target. Nice. Solange got into MPSV2 right there. I got in for a discount and got out in 20. So what I'm looking for right here again, guys, if like I said, if this sweeps from this area right here and it looks like it is, I'm probably gonna have to cancel my order. Let's see. I'll follow it. So hasn't filled yet. The sweep. So there's basically just two levels here. It's either going to sweep right here at the value high, or it's going to push up to my liquidity up there and sweep. It's currently at that upper area, so I'm looking for price to maybe push up a little higher and then sweep down from there. My order hasn't filled yet. I don't know if there's news today. Is there any news right now? No, nothing. No breaking news at all. Yeah, there's not really much going on. So my sweep has not filled yet. All right, so I'm now on the sweep, it looks like.
Order filled.
So let's see. I gotta adjust my targets here a little bit. And it's so far out that I have to, my stop is gonna be at 63. And my target's gonna be at, there's a possible another sweep level from up there, looks like. And my target TP is gonna be at 23. So if this stops me out, it's fine. It stopped me out right there. It's a third of my risk, so I didn't really risk too much on that trade.
Stop filled.
So my stop got filled right there. I'm looking for the next level of sweep, which may happen right here at the sessions. So 42,886. All of a sudden, we have this rush of volatility here to the upside. I mean, this will probably, maybe I should use a 30-30 on this one. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I did the 20-20, but it looks like the 30-30 would have survived this. Because I already had it set at 30-30, but I ended up adjusting it to that 20-20. It's okay. I took the loss on that one right there. The next level of sweep is possibly going to happen at the London high up here. So I might try to get back in right there to possibly break even and then pull into some profit. I'll probably, if I take it from up here, I'll take it for about 30 down. So I'll break even. I'll make some profit on it as well. So my risk was actually a lot less because I only went for 20 on that one. So my loss was because I'm going for 30/30s and my stop was a little bit tighter. I moved it down to 20. John's asking, does low volume causes chop? Yeah, usually for the most part. Because if there's volume, it's pushing price in a direction. But because the volume has been low, even basically it's just been going back and forth. Yeah, it looks like the 30 here would have survived that. It's coming back down. It's all good. Yeah, usually I don't adjust my TP stop loss. I just keep it at 30/30, but for today the volume was so low that I changed it to 20/20. It's been 20/20 for the whole day though. Like pretty much all the entries that came up over here, they're all the same. So what I might look for here is my look I might look for an MPSV2 to the downside. Because if we have a sweep from here, then possible sweep into the MPSV2 right back down to open. We're too close to 8 o'clock though. It's 7:40 right now. Yeah, we're getting close to 8 o'clock. So what I'll look for here, the only entry that I'll look to possibly take is a sweep from the London high. And I'll probably take that for a full 30. So I can recoup my 20 loss and then also make profit on top of it. That's the only thing I can really look for here because we're getting close to 8 o'clock. So the volatility here is going to start to die down even more. I don't think it's going to be enough for us to get MPSV2. Or we might get an MPSV2 here. I'm looking at it now as it's coming down. All right, the sell signal hasn't closed yet. We have another pending sell signal here. All right, there's not much happening. Looks like the volatility here is starting to die down a bit. So if price pushes up, I'll look for that sweep up here at the London high. Again, I'll take this for 30 points so I can recoup my loss on this one, 20 points. And then on top of that, I'll make 30, another 10. So I'll make profit and recoup my loss. But I don't think it's going to make it. It's 750 right now. The volatility is pretty low. Um, I mean, if anything, the sweep might have had the second sweep level is right here at the point of control, actually. Let me see. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this here now, guys, there's like a lot of different multiple levels that came up right here. So looking at my entry over here, I try to get in from this liquidity. Price pushed up to this point of control, which is this red line right here. And it actually already hit for 20 points, like right there. So there's like level one, level two, level three is going to be up here at the London high. So, I mean, we'll see if it pushes up this high. I don't know if it'll actually get that high. The volatility here is pretty flat. You can see there's nothing really going on. Price is just going back and forth right here. This is what tends to happen as we get closer to 8 o'clock. The volatility pretty much dies down. Overall, looking at the chart for today, there's a lot of entries, a lot of messy entries. So we had sweep, MPSV2, sweep, 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 MPSV2, sweep, MPSV2, sweep, 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 sweep. A lot of sweeps here that happen. Another sweep right there, MPSV2 that hit full TP right there for 20. This sweep which lost, and I was looking for it to push up higher to the next level so I can recoup that, but it's all good. I mean, if I don't get this trade in today, which I'm probably not, I'm not too worried about it. It's only Tuesday, so we still have a whole week ahead of us, 3 more days. The thing with my trades here is that I have my risk into three, so my losses aren't really that big. They're My losses and my wins aren't really that big. I got to like have three wins or three losses to equal like one risk or one full risk trade. And for today, I only took one trade, so I'm basically a third of one trade lost. So I had a win yesterday, and then I had a small loss today, so I'm basically at break even. But my win yesterday wasn't that much either. It was like 400, it's like 8,000. So I made 8,000 yesterday, lost, I actually lost less today because, or let's break even. Yeah, it's pretty much, I'm not able to update it right now, but it's basically break even because I went for 20 points over here yesterday, and I only went for 20 points right here for today as well. So, all right, let's see. Price is actually pushing up. I might be able to get into the sweep from up here. There's not really a catalyst pushing price at all. I don't see any updated news here from CNBC or anything like that. And it looks like the volatility just pulled it back down. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get up to the London high over here today. Ideally, that's where I would have wanted to get in for my last sweep. Let's see, Sam Citron, zoom out and see a clean range that my market may fill upwards. Um, so I mean, price is ranging right here. If it climbs up higher, I mean, the London high is going to be the next target. So yeah, I mean, ideally, I think that's as far as it'll push. If anything, if it pushes up any higher, there's going to be a range here that happened from Monday evening, right here. So I mean, yeah, if price pushes up higher, there is targets here for price to go up higher. It's just got a ways to go though. I don't think this will happen today because this was a range from Monday evening, basically the end of yesterday's session. So I mean, yeah, there's an area right there. If it pushes out of this area, so say for example, it breaks out of this area and then it pulls into this area here. Yeah, possible range from up there, but I don't think it'll happen. I think right now the volatility is just going to stay flat, and then maybe by tomorrow, because tomorrow is CPI. We have CPI coming out tomorrow on Wednesday, and then Thursday we have PPI, and then Friday we have Michigan consumer sentiment. The most where the most movement happens is going to be tomorrow. CPI is bigger than PPI. Usually CPI, Consumer Price Index, has a bigger effect on the market. So you're probably going to see a big spike tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. And then on Thursday, there's going to be a pretty decent movement, but not as big as Wednesday's. That's just from what I've seen. I've seen like a ton of CPI days and a ton of PPI days. And I've seen CPI is usually the one that has like the big movement. All right, we got price pushing back down. It does not look like I'm going to be getting my sweep entry over here, guys. I mean, price just keeps sweeping off this point, this value high right here, this red line. So see how price just keeps sweeping from this area? And it's pushing back down right there again. But it's okay. I took a small loss for today, guys. Just, a little third of my risk. So I'm break even for the week. Hopefully tomorrow we have a little bit more opportunity for entry. It was just a really choppy day today. So let me just screenshot the charts for right now. And we'll put that over here. Yesterday was nice though. So yesterday was actually a pretty nice day overall. Today was a lot of chop. When I say a lot of chop, I mean like a lot of chop. Guys, just a reminder, I'm not going to send you guys a friend invite. There's another fake account here trying to add me. Remember, my username is Kodi Kai Trades all in one. There's no spaces, there's no numbers. I don't even know how to report this guy. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. If you report him, he's just gonna create another one. All right, guys. I don't think there's much here to really set up. There's a possible MPSV2 setting up right here for a sell. It's a little tricky because it's getting close to 8 o'clock, but if you guys want to take it, mark it up for you guys right here. Oh, I should have left that to Lanji. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So Talanji said if you leave it in pending long enough, they change the name to other traders to scam other groups. It's crazy, right? All right, there's an MPSV2 that's running right now, guys. Obviously, I'm not in this position. I wouldn't really want to take it because we're getting close to 8 o'clock. Volatility is too low. If you guys want to take it, it looks like it's probably going to hit right there if it continues to drop lower. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much done for the most part today, guys. On its way to TP, but you guys can see the volatility here is kind of flattened out a little bit. All right, guys, about to be 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Yeah, it's a choppy day. I took one loss for the day. I'm at break even for the week. Hopefully tomorrow will be less choppy. Or if it's choppy like this, I'll just look out for more sweeps. I think, that'd probably be a key thing to look out for. I think the sweeps here, it was just a little tricky because there's just so many sweeps that came up. Like literally a sweep happened almost every like couple minutes. So I wouldn't be looking for that many sweeps. This MPSV2 is still running right here. So if you guys are looking to take it, I mean, it's still currently running in profit. If you guys want to pull out for profit now, you guys can go ahead and do that. If you're looking for another sweep, so the next sweep over here, if price comes down lower, so if, say for example, price drops lower from where it's currently at, the next sweep level is going to be around here, around opening price. So you might see price push down and then sweep from here. But I'd probably just call it a day, guys. If you don't have to trade, which you probably don't, I would just call it a day. There's too much chop happening. Price might just stick within this range for a bit. If it does stick within this range, it's going to line up perfect with this sweep below. So if that's what you guys want to take, feel free to take it. Otherwise, I think this is it. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Otherwise, this is a pretty decent overall trading day. A lot of entries here came up, a lot of risky entries. Unfortunately for me, the sweep that I took swept a little farther up, and the second level here filled. I probably should have gotten in at the second level to recoup it, but it's all good. I missed it because it happened too quickly, and I'm going to eat that loss for the day. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session.